Hey y'all, what's good, beautiful people? It's your girl Tay, and I'm here yet again with another update video. So definitely make sure you guys smash that like button, comment down below, subscribe, plus push your post notification bell button so that when anytime I upload a video, you will be notified. Okay, so quick disclaimer, you guys, I am in the living room. It's a common area. My daughter's over there making her something to eat, and she's got the water running. So if you hear little household sound effects, that's what that is. Okay, I just wanted to let y'all know about that. Now, I do apologize for not doing a video yesterday, but it is hot. I don't know about you guys. Let me know down in the comment section. Comment down below. Let me know what the weather is like where you are. I know for the last, I want to say 3-4 days, it has been hot where I am. And when I say hot, I mean like 89, 90 degrees and even above. Today, we kind of got a little bit of a break. It's like, I want to say 82, 83 degrees is supposed to go down, be a little chilly tonight. And then, you know, we're going to slowly creep back into that more spring weather for next week. But it's definitely been hot. And y'all know how I am. Y'all know we don't have AC in here. I do have a fan on me right now, which is feeling absolutely divine. But yeah, y'all. Put that in the atmosphere. We need to move. We really need to get out of here. I've been talking about it. I've been claiming it, but I am ready to go. For that reason alone is AC, and you know, I just want to be somewhere else where I can be comfortable. But anyways, let's jump into the news today. So I did get a chance to look at emergency SNAP maximum benefits for the month of is it April? And I don't think I saw any additional states having been added to that list since the last time I went over that information. No matter, we're still going to go over that at some point in this video. But the first thing that I want to talk about is this article that I found on CBS News. I'm going to try to leave a link to it down below if I can't. Literally go to your search engine. So if you're using Google or Bing or Microsoft Edge or what's the other one, Internet Explorer, Safari, whatever you're using, because this is what I did. It popped up on my cell phone, but then I'm using another device. Go to the search engine and type in CBS News stimulus checks for inflation, and it should pop up an article that was released yesterday, which was the 24th. Okay, so that's what we're going to get into right now. It says stimulus checks for inflation. Here are the states planning to send money to residents. Okay, so it says roughly a dozen states are proposing sending tax rebate checks to their residents to offset the high inflation in 4 decades, with lawmakers on both sides of the aisle pointing to high gas and food prices as prompting their actions. Among them is Georgia Governor Brian Kemp, a Republican, who on Wednesday signed a law to send checks of up to $500 to state residents. The reason, he said in a statement, is, and I'm reading, I have another device right here, another tablet / computer. He says is to soften the impact of inflation on household budgets and also return some of the money amid a record state budget surplus. You guys know I've been talking about the budget surplus in California, and that's why they're going to be sending out, or if they get it approved, they want to send out $400 gas cards to residents in California who have a registered vehicle in their name. But we're going to get into that a little bit later. It says 2 years ago, the pandemic was forecast to decimate state budgets, but instead, many states are enjoying a rebound in tax revenue due to the economic recovery. Workers are regaining jobs, bolstering income taxes, while strong retail sales are boosting sales taxes. From April of 2021 to January of this current year, total state tax revenue adjusted for inflation increased more than 19% compared to the same period a year earlier, according to a recent Urban Institute report. Okay, it goes on to say that these checks represent one-time tax rebates that will put money back into consumers' wallets. But some other states are considering or already planning to cut income taxes, providing an ongoing tax break for their residents. Okay, the tax cuts and rebates cut across party lines, with both Democrats and Republicans joining in on these proposals. Okay, so let's jump to Maine. In Maine, Governor Janet Mills, a Democrat, wants to send checks of $850 to each resident to offset inflation, including high gas prices, representing one of the more generous offers on the board. Definitely more generous, okay? The rebate will help Maine people grapple with these increased costs by putting money directly back into their pockets, Mills says. Even so, the rebate checks aren't likely to cover the increased costs that most Americans are facing, since states are typically proposing checks of several $100s, while the average family will pay an estimated $2,000 in additional costs this year due to higher prices of gas alone. Then we're going to skip ahead to Well, this is the governor for Vermont says not every state's proposal for tax relief is going smoothly. Vermont Governor Phil Scott, a Republican, has proposed returning half of $90 million in surplus in the state education fund to the state's property taxpayers with a check of between $250 and $275. But the Democrat-controlled legislature has shown little interest. Okay, Typically, when you overpay for something, you get some of that money back, Scott said when he made the proposal earlier this month. Now, I'm going to give you guys a rundown of the states that are listed here in this article. So we already talked about Georgia. You guys know a little bit about what's going on with California. California, actually, our Governor Gavin Newsom, did actually release an actual proposal for the $400 payments, I guess. Says pending approval from California lawmakers, the checks could arrive as soon as July. The statement said drivers in California face some of the highest gas prices in the nation, with the state average at $5.87 per gallon on Wednesday, according to AAA. Okay, we also talked about Georgia just a moment ago. Now in Hawaii, it says Governor David Ige, I don't know if I'm saying that right, IGE, a Democrat, in January proposed sending $100 to each taxpayer and their dependents, which means $400 for a family of four. Idaho Republican Governor Brad Little in February signed a bill that includes $350 million in tax rebates, which will apply to 12% of an individual's 2020 Idaho income tax return, or $75 for each taxpayer and dependent, whichever is the greater amount. That means a family of four could receive at least $300. Then in Indiana, we have residents of Indiana will receive $125 each after they file their taxes in 2022 due to the higher than projected tax revenue. Maine, did we talk about Maine? I don't think we did. Maine Governor Mills wants to send you guys $850 to most residents as part of the state's budget bill. Okay, in a statement, her office said that the average Maine resident will spend $560 more this year than last year due to inflation. Then we have Minnesota Governor Tim Walz, a Democrat, has released a plan for spending the state's budget surplus that included a proposal for income tax rebate checks of $1,000 per couple. Okay, jumping ahead to New Jersey. I know I'm flooding you guys with information, but stay with me now. Stay with me. We in New Jersey now. Governor Phil Murphy, a Democrat, and the Democratic-led legislature included cash checks of up to $500 to about 1 million families as a part of a budget deal last year when the governor and lawmakers were up for election. New Mexico, we've got $250 in rebate checks for individuals and $500 for married couples. Your Democratic Governor Michelle Lujan Grisham earlier this month signed a law to provide these checks. Like the stimulus checks issued by the federal government during the pandemic, these come with income limits, with couples earning up to $150,000 filing together and single individuals earning up to $75,000 being eligible for the checks. Two more states. We got New York. Democratic Governor Kathy Hochul, or Hochul, however you say her name, is proposing tax relief for New Yorkers through a $1 billion property tax rebate program. The average benefit of the property tax rebate would be about $970 for homeowners outside of New York City, according to Bloomberg News. And then last but certainly not least, we've got Virginia. Lawmakers in Virginia are expected to pass tax relief in the form of a rebate check, although the amount isn't yet clear, according to the local news site wavy.com. Different proposals would either send $250 or $300 for each individual and either $500 or $600 to married couples. Okay, that is all we have on state rebate checks, state stimulus checks, state whatever you want to call it, gas checks, inflation checks, all of the above. Okay. That is all the information that what is going on with you today? I have been able to find as of today. Okay. I couldn't wait to bring y'all that information. If I'm being 100% honest, I couldn't wait. We are going to get out of that as of right now, and I'm going to see if I can actually pull up emergency SNAP maximum. You know, it's going to be a lot quicker for me to just go to my papers back here, y'all. Give me a moment because I already have it written down right here for the month of April, but I do want to see if there are any additional states that have been approved. So we're going to go emergency SNAP USDA. If you guys were wondering how to look it up, that's how you do it, or at least that's how I do it, and I'm using Google as my search engine. So okay, I have it pulled up here on my other screen. Let me refresh just to make sure we're not missing anything. Okay, so far it's being approved for the month of April. I have Alabama at April the 30th. I have, Illinois is new. I stand corrected. Illinois is new. So we are going to look that up on my other screen, or I'm going to look that up. Okay, so for Illinois, we have beginning April the 21st all the way to April the 29th, okay? There is going to be a weekly batch that will start the week of May the 1st to identify and issue any April benefits to anyone who was left out, who didn't get it, who was newly approved, all of the above, okay? But for everybody else, it should come between April the 21st and the 29th, okay? That is for Illinois. Now, for Maine, we have April the 8th. April the 8th. For Michigan, we have April the 16th through the 25th. For New Jersey, we have April the 1st through the 5th. North Carolina, we have April the 22nd through the 30th, and then a final run on May the 1st. Oregon, we have April the 11th, the 28th, and then May 2nd for a final run. Rhode Island, we have April the 3rd. South Carolina, we have April the 1st through the 19th for currently approved households, and then the 1st through the 29th for any new households, okay? Virginia is new, so I'm going to take a look at that. So I stand corrected. There were some states. I don't see the information here on the USDA, which I hate. So I'm going to see if I can pull it up under last month. Sometimes if you're using the USDA, which is pretty much what I use majority of the time because it's been the most reliable. If you find that your state is not giving you any information, then go to the month before. Go to, for example, go to March and click on Virginia. Sometimes the link for whatever month that you're looking for will still be there and it'll show up. It doesn't happen all the time, but in this situation it did. So for Virginia, we have April the 16th, okay? April the 16th for Virginia. All right, for Washington, we have April the 2nd through the 20th. West Virginia, we have April the 5th and then a final run on May the 10th. Wisconsin, you are approved, but I haven't been able to find the information. Let me see if it comes up today. Okay, so it came up today. So for Wisconsin, we have April the 23rd, and then they're going to do a final run on June the 11th, all right? And then last but certainly not least, we have Wyoming to pay out between the 2nd and the 5th of April based off of the first initial of your last name. Okay. Now, there was one more thing that I wanted to go over with you guys really quickly. Give me a moment. There were some recalls that I wanted to discuss with you guys. I could probably save that for another video. I don't want to overload you guys. I want to keep this one as short and sweet as possible. Pandemic EBT. All right. Let's see here what we have. This one is important. We've got some blood pressure blood pressure medications recall due to cancer risk. Okay, so I do want to give you guys this information. It says Pfizer on Monday. Now, if you guys are not familiar, Pfizer is actually one of the companies that created a vaccine to help with the pandemic. Okay, Pfizer on Monday issued a voluntary recall of medication that treats high blood pressure. Some lots of Accurate, ACCU-RETIC, and 2 lots of generic drugs distributed by Greenstone are included in the recall. It says the batches are being recalled because they contain unacceptable amounts of nitrosamines, impurities that are also found in food such as meats, cheeses, and more. They can even form as food and products are processed in the body, according to the U.S. Food and Drug Administration. But if the nitrosamines are consumed over a long term in large amounts, they can increase the risk of cancer. Okay. Specific lot numbers and photos of the drug bottles can be found in the recall announcement. Accurate and its generic versions contain either quinapril, HCI, hydrochlorothiazide, or quinapril and hydrochlorothiazide. Pfizer says no adverse events have been reported related to the recall, and that patients who take Accurate or the generic version should talk with their healthcare provider or pharmacy about whether their current batch is affected and whether they should stop taking it. High blood pressure or hypertension is a very common health condition. I know because I have it. That's also linked to heart disease and stroke, two leading causes of death in the U.S. I'm pretty sure everybody already knows that. More tests looking for impurities in drugs have prompted recalls in recent months, according to a report by the New York Times. Okay, pharmaceutical company Sandoz also issued a recall this week. I'm sorry, Sandoz, Sandoz, also issued a recall this week of some lots of its pain relieving medication for musculoskeletal conditions over too high levels of nitrosamines as well. As our investigations and testing continues, along with the investigations done by other drug regulatory agencies, we may find low levels of nitrosamines in additional drugs, the FDA says on its nitrosamine information page. So I highly suggest you guys go to the FDA Food, Drug, and Administration website to get any additional information as it pertains to this medication. I know I'm going to, because I do currently take hydrochlorothiazide for high blood pressure myself. So that's definitely something that I'm going to check with my doctor about, just to make sure that the recent batch that I have hasn't been affected by this particular situation. So I just want to leave y'all on that note. But as always, you guys, I hope this information was in some way helpful or useful to you guys in at least a little bit. If you haven't already, don't forget to smash that like button, because it really does help to let YouTube know that you like what I'm doing and you want me to stick around. Also, you guys, don't forget to check out my merch shop, as it should be linked down below under this video. And as always, I'm going to say, remember to live, love, and elevate, you guys, because that's all we can do in this life and in the next. And I will definitely see you guys in my next video. Peace, y'all. Bye.